having a card that fixes that mana for only 1, and then the 2 energy left behind have so much value, so much utility throughout the game.
See what DeCandio wants to do here on his 4th turn of the game.
Yeah, he needs to make sure he doesn't fall too far behind here.
Yeah, Virtuosos are starting to get a little out of control. 7 energy, so the ability to make 2 Thopters here for 2 if he'd like to. There's a mountain, and he just kind of passed the turn back. So I'm curious to see what Brennan is setting up. You know, he fatal pushed a Cub. Okay, sure. Doesn't have to worry about that very much.
Yeah, my guess is that he has the Vraska's Contempt.
Okay. 2 of those in his main deck.
And, you know, ideally he wants his opponent to play a dragon here.
Sure.
Or another just big creature.
And there is Vraska's Contempt to take care of for the Virtuoso. So he'll exile that. He'll gain 2 life. There's a Spire Bluff Canal. This could be a Bristling Hydra. Yep, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's an issue.
7 energy there for Oliver. So this is I'm interested to see how Brennan kind of stands up to stuff like this. You know, he picked up a copy of the Scarab God. Obviously, that card's very good.
I think he already had one.
Okay.
Not good in multiples.
Not your favorite card in multiples. Definitely want to draw 1. But definitely not very good in multiples.
A lot of heads on that Hydra there.
Yeah, a couple. Not to be messed with, that Hydra. Here comes the Clint Sleeve Siphoner. Interesting attack. The Siphoner has Menace, and it's not hard for Oliver to make another blocker, but Brennan is kind of trying to trap him into using some energy here, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this can work out 2 ways. Brennan is scared of these 1/1 flyers just building up and building up on the board.
Or?
Well, and it leaves a less energy around to pump the Hydra. So if Brennan is able to put together 2 efficient removal spells to go after the Hydra, he can get it off of the board.
Sure. One thing that Brennan was missing, he has found. It was blue mana. Glorybringer? Yep.
It's a good time for that card.
Yeah, it's not a bad time at all. I don't know if Brennan has a removal spell for this. It seems unlikely that he does. Doesn't have Harness Lightning to take care of that. So 4, 8, 9, 10. Brennan is very far behind. I don't even think Scarab God saves him now. It does not. He's going to concede the game. So Oliver 2 is going to win game number 1 here over Brennan DeCandio. Teamer Energy very quickly up a game over Grixis Midrange. Pretty easy stuff. You know, in that game too, I was going to say pretty easy stuff from Oliver, but there was nothing special that was done there. He just kind of, you know, attunes and Virtuoso, Cub died.
Sure,
you know, just do your thing.
But that's the draw, right? You're like,
yes.
Turn 1 Attune, turn 2 Cub, turn 3 Whirler Virtuoso. Like, I just so much value out of all of this energy. My threats are very diversified. You have to kill my 2-drop, but that means you don't have a removal spell for my bigger creatures later.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the appeal of this energy deck is, and when you go turn 1 Attune, you're not going to have mana problems for the rest of the game. We saw Brennan on turn 5. He had a blue source that comes into play tapped so that he can't deploy his Scarab God that turn. You know, the Teamer Energy deck isn't having those same problems where they make sacrifices with their lands as much.
So that's all true.
You know?
That's all true. I mean, that's like you said, that's kind of the draw and the appeal of the deck.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah. We're going to start with the sideboards here. We're going to go over to Brennan DeCandio. With his Grixis mid-range deck, he's got 2 Dreamstealer, 2 Negate, 2 Duress, 2 Chandra's Defeat, and a Braid of Sweltering Suns, a Supreme Will, a River's Rebuke, a Nicol Bolas, God Pharaoh, okay. Another copy of Vraska's Contempt, and then a Vizier of Many Faces. What do we like there and why, Craig?
So I expect a decent amount of sideboarding here. These Chandra defeats are obviously very good. They take down Chandra and the Dragon rather efficiently. The Vizier of Many Faces, I think, is strong in this matchup. We might see the Vraska's Contempt to deal with a lot of the Planeswalkers that generally come in and out of the Teamer decks. Obviously this is kind of a unique deck that not a lot of people are playing, so I don't know if Brennan wants to end up with, you know, the Supreme Will as a counterspell. I don't know if he feels like he needs to go bigger with Nicol Bolas in this matchup, but I wouldn't be completely surprised to see those types of cards.
On Oliver's side, he's got 2 Aethersphere Harvester, 2 Vizier of Many Faces. I'm digging that Torrential Gearhulk. 2 Braid, 2 Chandra's Defeat, 2 Negate, 2 Spell Pierce, a Supreme Will of his own, and a copy of Confiscation Coup hiding out on the board. What do you think about that?
Sure, I like the Vizier of Many Faces. I think those are very strong cards for this matchup. Copying your own guys, copying their guys, just always going to be good. The Confiscation Coup. Anytime you're ahead and your opponent's just trying to lean really hard on one big guy to brick wall you, the Scarab God, being able to just steal it and keep attacking is going to be massive. It's going to be interesting to see if he wants some of this counter magic in the form of negates and then have it be backed up by a Torrential Gearhulk. So we'll see what he wants to do here.
Well, those are the options there for both players. And in a moment, we are going to watch game number 2 be underway. It looks like Oliver's just about done sideboarding. So let's go and talk about the StarCityGames.com weekly sale here very quickly. One of the last times we'll talk about it this weekend, but we want to make sure that you know that you can save on select Eternal and Modern Master and Singles until Monday at 10:59 a.m. Go to StarCityGames.com/weekly sale is the place to be. You just want to bookmark that, honestly, because we change the sale every single week at 11 a.m. on Monday East Coast time. Terminates and Baleful Strix, Path Exile, and Eye of Ugins, among so many more that'll be available for you. Go to StarCityGames.com/weekly sale. Save on select Eternal and Modern Masters Singles. Assuming that Craig left some for you to save on.
Get them foil Zendikar Fetchlands while you still can.
Are those on there? I don't know.
They were reprinted in the master set, right?
I think so.
Yep.
I think so. Man, look at you and your card knowledge. I don't know anything.
That's okay.
Oh, I wish I did.
That's what you have a co-host for.
True.
Ding.
So true. You ding yourself there?
I don't
Ding,
know,
huh?
man. Yeah.
Hey, whatever makes you happy.
It does. That and turkey.
Not talking about that again.
Yeah, I'm just trying to rope you right back in.
You are. Noah Walker's down a game with this 4-color control deck against Hannah Grace playing Grixis Delver. Generally a good matchup there for Noah Walker, so we'll see if he can tie things up soon enough. And then Grixis Death Shadow in the hands of Dylan Donegan up a game here over Todd Anderson playing Jund as we turn our attention back to Oliver 2 and Brennan DeCandio. We're going to learn about the player on the right. That's DeCandio. He'll be on the play since he's down the game. For Brennan, the 27-year-old from Long Island, New York, he's got 7 open top 8s, 2 wins. They were back-to-back over the course of kind of like 2 seasons. He won the Open at an Invitational, and then he won the first Open the next year. So that is technically a back-to-backer, something that Tom Ross has done. Not many others. Has the complete set of Dragon Ball Z series and watches it once a year, eats Chipotle religiously, looking for a sponsorship deal. You and so many, man. And self-proclaimed catchphrase master is Brennan DeCandio, the 27-year-old from Long Island, New York.
Now, when you're a self-proclaimed master, I feel like there's not a lot of weight in that.
What do you mean? Why not?
Because I could self-proclaim myself to be anything.
Go for it.
But it doesn't mean anything.
Own it.
If he was like the consensus, whatever university he went to, the consensus Princeton University catchphrase master,
yeah,
it'd have more weight, right?
Could have more weight, yeah. But doesn't.
Sure.
Doesn't. Look, if he wants to be the self-proclaimed catchphrase master, that's fine. I like when people self-proclaim things because then it gives me more enjoyment of beating them at it.
Fair enough.
So, yes.
So you've beaten him at catchphrase, is
we
what
have
you're saying.
we have not played.
But you think you'd beat him at catchphrase?
I would beat him easily.
Wow.
I would dismantle him. I would make him never want to play catchphrase again.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, this fun board game, he'd never want to play
ever again after playing me. Ever.
Because you would come up with...
And then he would beg me to delete it from his slide. That's what would happen.
But we wouldn't do that.
No, well, we wouldn't do that?
I don't think we would do that.
Attune with Ether is where Oliver's going to start. He'll search for an island. There's a hub and a glint sleeve siphoner.
Not bad.
Not a bad start. I'm very, I don't know if you could tell, very confident in my catchphrase skills.
What aren't you confident in?
A lot. A lot. But I don't talk about those things.
You have a lot of strong opinions over here.
Absolutely.
You know who said he was a big fan of turkey?
Not me.
And this is opinion you may respect.
Oh, yeah?
One Patrick Sullivan.
An idiot.
Okay, that's fair enough.
No. Of course he likes turkey. He likes the most bland things. I could order his food at restaurants. It's just whatever's the most bland thing on the menu. That's what I get him. Super easy.
You could order his food at a restaurant.
At restaurants, like
that's your brag.
That's not a brag. It's just true. It's just like the fact that he likes turkey does nothing for me. Doesn't change my opinion. It actually solidifies my opinion more. Yeah, it actually just shows me that I'm right. The more I think about it.
So if you were to give turkey a letter grade,
What kind of question is this?
Is it a C plus?
F.
It's an F.
Okay, it's not an F. It's not an F. Here's a gifted Aetherborn. Pass the turn back. We'll Brennan.
Wow, F.
It's not an F. It's not an F. It's like C minus. Almost assuredly a C minus. Our table spotter making sure everything's on the up and up, and it is as we head back over to Oliver 2. We're all good. We're all good. No, we're all good. We're all good. What do we got here? We have a Rogue Refiner, very powerful card. Oliver up to 6 energy. 2 from Attune with Ether, 2 from Servant of the Conduit, 2 from Rogue Refiner. Let's go back to Brennan DeCandio. He'll draw. There's a Glency Siphoner.
A lot of Siphoners.
He's got a lot of them in his deck. He's a pretty big fan of them. Again, his deck is like a weird sort of energy, sort of not deck. Is there a Chandra? Take down the Servant. And he's got good protection for the Planeswalker there and Gifted Aetherborn and the Siphoner.
Cone of Flame would be pretty good here.
Good eye, Craig.
Yeah.
Good eye. Yes. Yes. Cone of Flame would be, first of all, difficult. Cone of Flame costs 5.
It does.
Yeah, so that would be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cone of Flame and Simian Spirit Guide would be really good here.
There it is.
How about that? Take care of the whole board. The whole board. Just dropping in Cone of Flame references like it's even remotely playable in any format. I can just name random cards too if that's what you want. Artful Dodge would be really good here on the Rogue Refiner to kill the Planeswalker. I can do that too.
Sure.
It's not hard. It's not hard. A lot of cards would be good. Uh-oh, we're teaming up. Dylan need help? I bet Oliver, I think that was a fake ask. I think that was a fake ask for something. I think I'm going to cast Bristling Hydra. What do you think? I think it'd be really good right now. All right, I'm going to play this.
Listen, I have tons and tons of energy.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to kill this thing ever.
That was a fake ask. I'm calling him out on that. That was a fake ask.
He can't kill this. Do you think it's a good time for it?
Yeah.
I have 4 mana.
Yeah, drop that thing. He can't win. All right. DeCandio, we're going to head to his 5th turn. For Donegan and Anderson, by the way, they're all tied up. Uh-oh. Todd's coming in. We got to mic these players up.
Yeah, Todd's going. I think he was just pretending to ask about that Bristling Hydra.
Yeah, so what are we talking about? Well, I have a Diabolic Edict. What do you think I should do? I would slow roll it. He's going to add some mana here. He'll play a Glorybringer.
Here
in for
it
4.
Comes.
Yep.
Not exerted.
Yeah, not exerted. You already got that square a while
Already
ago.
checked that box.
Spire, Bluff, Canal, and pass the turn back. So, of course, the concern here, if you are Brennan, is that if Gifted Aetherborn dies to an Abrade, or Harness Lightning, or any other removal spell, the Chandra's going to bite the dust as well.
Yep.
So the hope is that Gifted Aetherborn, given the Death Touch, can hold the ground for at least 1 more turn, so you can get some more value out of your Planeswalker. Yeah, I think miking players up in a team turn would be kind of fun. Some sort of way. Or it's like when, like in a sporting event, like a football game or something, like one player's mic'd up.
Oh, man.
Do you not like that?
No, I love it. So one player's mic'd up, or, the head official has the mic on him that he turns on to make the announcements.
Yeah, I like that.
And then there's always, it just seems like every game, there's the upset guy in the background with the expletive.
Yeah, who you can hear.
The profanity just slips through at just the right time.
That's true. It's not a foolproof system yet. There's Harness Lightning, going to take care of Gifted Aetherborn, and now there goes Chandra. So Oliver was able to find the removal spell he was looking for, maybe from the Supreme Will. And now we head back over to DeCandio, who is in some trouble here. I mean, he's got the Glorybringer, and Glorybringer's very good, but it's got a lot of work to do.
It's got a lot of lands he's working with here.
Mm-hmm. Fortunately for him, one of them does cycle. So that's not so bad. So he will start by cycling that land. Hey, okay, another Glorybringer.
Ooh, it's a Dragon Party.
Going to start by attacking with this Glorybringer. Going to bring Oliver down to 10. There's Glency Siphoner, another energy. Land, pass the turn back.
So Oliver's at 10.
Yes.
2 dragons plus a menace creature. is 10.
That's correct. That's good math by you. What do we have here from Oliver? He's going to cycle Shelter Thicket. He does have a Harness Lightning in hand, and you can see how much energy he has right now, 11, so energy's easy.
Yeah.
Spire Canals of land for the turn. Enters the battlefield tapped, of course. Now it looks like the Hydra's going to come in. And of course, I cannot imagine Brennan doing any blocking here.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, this isn't the turn of each chump blocking.
Yep, so it'll be an attack for 6. Follow-up is probably just going to be Harness Lightning now.
Yeah, well, he's tapped out.
Yep, which I think is very smart by Oliver. But that's a play I expect from a player of his caliber. So there's Harness Lightning to take care of Glorybringer, pass the turn back. DeCandio is going to untap, see if he wants to use this energy here for the Glen City Siphoner. He does, so he'll lose a life to draw a card, going to fall down to 12. So there's a Siphoner draw, here's a draw for the turn. We know he's got a Glorybringer. We'll see what other goodies he's picked up. He picked up a copy of Harness Lightning.
Yeah, I think his line is pretty clear here. Just play the dragon. We're getting in for 6. And then the dragon's in the air to clean up the game next turn.
It makes it pretty clean. There is a question about, no, there's actually not that much of a question about exerting it or anything. Like, I don't know if he feels like he can get the Bristling Hydra off the battlefield somehow, make him burn some counters, something like that. I think it's just better just to attack with no exert.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you exert it, then you're guaranteeing Oliver another turn, right?
One of the things I like about Brennan, and this is generally how I feel just watching him play Magic, never does anything too quick.
Sure, even the play that we think is fairly obvious, he's going to explore all the different possibilities.
So here's the attack. He'll get an energy, attack for 6. Oliver's going to fall down to 4. That is a Drowned Catacombs. So there's Harness Lightning and a land in hand. And Oliver will be untapping and taking his turn soon.
At least we think.
Yeah. He might be having a little chit-chat with Dylan right now, but now he's untapping.
For 4 more
4
lands.
lands. Okay, fine, you win. Fine, you win. Brendan DeCandio is going to tie things up here against Oliver 2. Grixis mid-range, Teamer, Energy. They're all tied up. They're all tied up. As are Todd Anderson and Dylan Donegan. They are playing their 3rd game, and it looks like Noah Walker is still down a game here, but him and Tannen are going back and forth. It's 4-color control against Grixis Delver up at the tippy top. Sideboards here one more time. It looks like Brendan is already going back to the sideboard a little bit, and you see Oliver is doing the same. Anything change for you? Obviously, we're not all that familiar with Grixis mid-range and what Brendan's up to. We'd have the deck list, but if you're in the Teamer Energy seat, what are you looking at that you probably want against what you think Brendan can bring to the table?
Well, the games have been really grindy, and they've involved some haymakers in dragons and planeswalkers. So I like the Chandra's Defeat. That seems like a fine card here. The Vizier of Many Faces as a redundant threat that copies just the best thing on the board seems good. Like I said, the Compensation Coup seems like a very good card to me. We saw the Supreme Will get played by Oliver too that game. I can definitely see why that card would be in the deck as well.
Supreme Will is an interesting sideboard card. I remember when that card was previewed. A lot of people were like, okay, you know, blue's back and all these other things. It's flexible, it's a counterspell, it's an impulse, all this stuff. Maybe a little hasty, but to see it be a sideboard card is kind of surprising. I expect to see more of a main deck card, but maybe just not in this kind of deck.
Well, yeah, it's such a versatile card. We generally think of the sideboard cards as very specific answers for specific threats that the opponent's going to have. And Supreme Will is not that card.
But it's not that card at all, yeah.
But I guess that Oliver thinks that it's broad enough and generally good enough against an array of decks that he wants it, but not against everything.
Fair, fair. I mean, to see it there, I was a little bit surprised, but at the same time, it does counter the Scarab God, it counters Glorybringer, stuff like that. So it does make some sense.
Sure.
It does make some sense. So these players are going to shuffle up, get ready here for game number 3. It looks like Oliver's going to be on the play. So you'll see if he can start things off with it. Excuse me. Yeah, Oliver will be on the play. So we'll see if he can start things off with a Toon and Cub again like he did in Game 1. Made it look so easy. And while we wait for them to finish shuffling, we're going to talk Black Friday sale here at Star City Games, where on Thursday, yes, Thursday, Thanksgiving, you're going to be eating your turkey and your stuffing and your dressing and your cranberry sauce. What's your favorite side?
What is my favorite side?
Yeah, maybe we can agree on this.
You know, I'm not sure. I enjoy the array of sides.
That's a non-answer.
All right, mashed potatoes with really good gravy.
Good answer. Right there with you. Right there with you. Now, that's not on the Black Friday sale. You can't get mashed potatoes there, but you can get Ixalan booster boxes for only $74.99. Uh-oh. The weasels here. Patrick is looking at the Black Friday sale. We know he wants something off the board. He's also got some thumbs down. Doesn't look like the team won. A creature collection. We got iconic masters. So much more. Go to StarCityGames.com/Black Friday. Bookmark it. Going live midnight on Thursday, East Coast time. You better run to those boxes. $74.99 is not very much for a booster box of Ixalan. That's not a lot. We're basically giving them away.
Yeah, I mean, with a price like that, you could afford to buy your buddies a lot of boxes as Christmas gifts.
Exactly, and that's totally what I'm going to do.
There we go.
I'm going to buy them all booster boxes. Go to StarCityGames.com/Black Friday. Mashed potatoes and gravy, huh?
You?
Hold on. You said mashed potatoes and good gravy.
Yeah.
You were very clear on the good gravy part. I might get ridiculed for this, but this is how I feel.
Oh, no.
That's how I feel. Cream corn.
Cream corn?
Yeah.
And why would you be ridiculed?
Some people think cream corn's disgusting.
All right.
Yeah. Cream corn is just...
I'm going to let you do you.
When it's good, first of all, it's terrible for you. But when it's good.
It can't be bad. It has corn. It's a vegetable right in there.
What do you think the cream is? Don't answer that, because it's all bad for you. It's like a bunch of cream cheese and a bunch of other stuff. It's so good when it's done right. You know what? What's the worst side? There's a very clear answer to this, by the way.
What is the worst side?
The worst Thanksgiving side. Very easy answer.
Well, you're going to say cranberry sauce.
Easily the worst side, yes.
Yeah.
Easily the worst
That's
one.
what you're going to say.
Yep.
I end up with some more exotic sides at some of my nicer meals.
Okay.
So like crispy baked kale. That's not high on my list of good sides.
That's a Thanksgiving thing? Really?
No, well.
People just bring stuff?
Yeah, generally we all contribute something.
Okay. What are your thoughts, A to F scale, not on Root Bound Crack, because I give that card an A, A to F scale on green bean casserole?
It's a solid B.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yep.
I think it's good, yeah. Pretty big fan of green bean casserole. There's some haters out there for that, too.
I'm not an asparagus fan.
Asparagus is great.
No,
asparagus is great. Served to the conduit, also great. 2 energy. Heading back over to Brendan DeCandio. Stuffing?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Stuffing inside the bird or outside the bird?
So I'll tell you, my wife and I had the whole family over our place in New Jersey for Thanksgiving the one year.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do the normal, turkey thing.
Yeah, sure. Smart.
And my mother has a gluten allergy.
Okay.
So she can't eat certain foods.
Okay.
So I actually made a whole bunch of Cornish game hens with a wild rice stuffing in them.
Wow.
Yeah, really went over the top.
Wow.
They were delicious.
I didn't know you were just going to come on here and brag. Not invite me over.
Well, you said stuffing. It made me think, stuffing, you normally think of just the normal bread stuffing.
Yeah.
But I had this crazy wild rice stuffing with cranberries and almond slices in it. Yeah.
Yeah, are you chef on the side? Like, what's going on? Are you?
Listen, when I do things, I try to do them the right way.
Fair enough. Let's do with Ether. Going to bring Oliver up to 5 energy, search for an island. He'll have access to 5 mana next turn, assuming, of course, that Servant of the Conduit does not die. It's a nice start, though. Servant into Rogue Refiner into a Tune, 5 energy, all the colors of the rainbow. Doesn't appear anything is going to be difficult for Oliver, assuming he doesn't flood out this game like he did the last one.
Yeah, the Servant of the Conduit is just another solid B plus A minus in this deck, right? Mm-hmm. Just so many synergies. You kind of want to kill the Servant as soon as possible so that they're not just ramping up to their big spells too fast. But when you kill the Servant, that's one less removal spell that you have for when they get to their bigger spells later in the game.
Okay. Servant's really good. This whole deck is good.
Yeah. All the cards just really good together.
Yeah. See what Oliver wants to do on his 4th turn here. This is a turn where, Brennan's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So, you don't want to, if he has a Glorybringer, he probably doesn't want to play it. Bristling Hydra might get countered,
yeah, exactly.
Stuff like
he
that.
Doesn't want to walk his best card into all this open mana that his opponent has. So he's not going to do it.
All right, how about Rogue Refiner? Yep, there's the Supreme Will. Yeah, and it was kind of obvious.
Yes.
That there was some sort of counterspell. You don't know if it's Supreme Will, Essence Scatter, whatever. But Brennan does nothing on the first handful of turns. You can only really deduce one thing, in my opinion. It's here's Whirler Virtuoso, 3 energy. Kick it over.
He has to have something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not keeping a hand that does nothing on turn 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
He's not doing that.
Yeah. Well, there is a Chandra's Defeat to take care of Whirler Virtuoso. Oliver's untapping. Now, this would be a good window for Glorybringer or Bristling Hydra if you'd like to take that opportunity. He's just going to attack for 5, bring DeCandio down to 10. Big follow-up. Virtuoso, trigger, up to 8 energy. That means more Thopters can be on the way. He's just going to make some Knuckleheads now. Okay, it was with the trigger on the stack, Chandra's Defeat. So make 1 Knucklehead,
sure.
Up to 5 energy, pass the turn back. Ether Hub.
Yeah, I was a little surprised last turn. Brendan didn't even think about making his own.
Died with the trigger on the stack.
Yeah. Yep. Man, all these triggers.
Right? Hub, there's a trigger, up to 4 energy. Glorybringer in hand. Can Glorybringer save Brennan right now? He's a 10. He could kill Rogue Refiner, but you have to be concerned about that single Rootbound Crag that's available because of Chandra's Defeat, but...
Who wants some? Who wants some?
I'm a little surprised.
I don't hate it.
No? Talk to me.
A lot more utility in that. If you're afraid of a dragon coming out of your opponent's side.
Okay.
He's missed a couple land drops. You're only taking 1 more point of damage from the Rogue Refiner with this play, so it's very risk-reward-esque.
Okay. Well, down to 6 goes DeCandio. 16 for Oliver.
And it actually worked out beautifully for him because it looks like Oliver's working on Confiscation Coup over there.
Here's a Champion of Wills. Hit 1, hit 2. You have to discard 2 cards, will DeCandio.
And the Servant was the 2nd blue source.
It's true. Discards, couple lands. There's an island for DeCandio. Follow-up, I think it's going to be Virtuoso. So he's starting to gum things up a little bit here until his Glorybringer gets back online. Up to 7 energy, past that turn back. Obviously no attacks to be had. Creatures have Summoning Sickness. Might want to make an energy... Excuse me, might want to make a Thopter or 2 now, but maybe not. We're going to go back over to Oliver, who needs a big draw here. Something like a Glorybringer would be pretty good. Oh, he's going to sweat it. Slow roll himself a little bit. Love that. Smart kid at a young age. Going to slow roll himself. But not much to do, so he'll just pass the turn back. Dylan Donegan wins the Modern match over Todd Anderson 2-1. So for Dylan, he gets his team on the board, and it comes down to this 3rd game between Oliver and Brennan. Remember, winner of this match is going to make our top 8 for sure. Champion of Wills, Glorybringer, Exerted, going to take care of Rogue Refiner, and Whirler Virtuoso coming into the red zone. DeCandio, pretty confident right now. And for 2, not doing much of anything and has to consider maybe a chump block here with the Thopter token.
Yeah, he can get in front of the dragon, save 4 points. He can trade with the Champion of Wits if he wants to, but then very good possibility the champion just comes back this turn.
Yeah, come embalm. Ugh, no thank you.
Yeah.
Don't want anything to do with that. You can see DeCandio's hand right now. There's a hub, which would lend him another energy, and a Harness Lightning, which he has plenty of energy for. DeCandio sitting pretty right now in the driver's seat, feeling pretty good about things. You can always, also, it is worth remembering that the ability to Harness Lightning your own Champion of Wits,
sure,
kill that and embalm it. I'm not saying we're going to get to that point, but it is an avenue.
Yeah.
If you'd like to take it. See Noah Walker and Dylan, they're there trying to help Oliver out. You saw the chump block. Hub is the play from Brennan. Now we go back over to Oliver. All right, Torrential Gearhulk the draw. Huh.
funny. So his second blue source came into play tap last turn.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's stuck with 2 very good double blue spells.
Yep. And that's a 1-of in his sideboard.
The teammates want to talk to him about it, and he's saying,
Nope.
Don't give anything away.
Yep.
I'm thinking about this.
So this is actually, this draw is really good. He has a Chandra's Defeat in his graveyard, which is an instant, and he can just pass back again. And so now it's like, if you're Brennan, what do you think the card is that he drew? Like, are you that well versed that you know Gearhulk is an option? Because if he just makes 2 Thopters, his energy count goes down to 2.
Yep.
Harness Lightning brings it up to 5. Gearhulk's a 5/6.
Yep.
And this is a pretty big trap. And you know he's going to attack. Gearhulk may have been the best draw. I don't know.
It's very good.
That's really, really good.
Let's see if Brennan wants to start with a cycle land here.
Looks like he does. There's a good, I mean, there are plenty of good draws available. He drew a Glint Sleeve Siphoner, not the best draw.
No, that's actually great because if he plays it here, he gets another energy.
Oh, you're right.
And
so
then
he should play it. He should play it pre-combat because then he can Harness Lightning. Yes, Gearhulk's not on his radar. That much is clear.
Yeah, not at all.
Yep.
And understandably so.
Yeah, actually, Siphoner is unbelievable draw because he gets the energy he needs, but this was not on his radar, and clearly it wasn't on his teammates' radar either. So here is Torrential Gearhulk. And now
It's kind of funny because
he's going to defeat War of the Virtuoso.
yeah, I mean, he wants to steal the dragon next turn.
You think Gearhulk's blocking? Okay. I wasn't sure if he was fine putting Champion in the graveyard, but
yeah,
I guess
I wasn't sure if it was going to.
Champion can't come back this turn, so.
Correct, yeah.
So there's Siphoner. Oh, there's Harness Lightning.
Yep.
Okay.
A little bit awkward for
Yeah.
Brennan, the way that played out.
Not the end of the world, but it could have been better. Pass the turn back. We'll go back over to Oliver, who did some good work there with the Torrential Gearhulk. All right, picks up a copy of Glorybringer.
His own dragon. I think he still has the confiscation coup here.
I mean, it's one of those 5-mana spells.
Oh, clearly.
Yeah, it's just which one is it going to be?
Well, if he plays his own dragon, you know, he'd want to get in there right away. But then he's got to worry about taking a whole bunch of damage from the opposing dragon.
And his life total's under enough duress where it is a little bit scary.
Yep.
All right, so Brennan's going to cash in his energy, pay a life, draw a card. Is he going down to 4? Is that actually his life total? Yeah, Oliver was doing some attacking this game, right?
Yep.
At the beginning. We'll confirm life totals here just to make sure it is 10-5, potentially 10-4. Champion of Wills. It's going to come back.
Brennan's really banking on these 2 Thopters.
Yep.
But I think with the way this game played out, next turn's a dragon out of Oliver. Exert both to kill both the Thopter tokens if they're left back.
And then kill him.
And then, yeah, Brennan's going to be dead.
Yeah. 10-5 are confirmed life totals right now.
Brennan is going to need, you know, red source and a Chandra's defeat. There goes, wow, Glorybringer and a land. Here comes Siphoner. He's going to leave the Flyers back, no surprise. Yeah, land tap, that is good. I think that's going to do that for this game and this match. Yeah, he shows him a Glorybringer, and that is going to do it. So, Oliver 2. Dylan Donegan and Noah Walker going to win this match over Tannen Grace, Todd Anderson, and Brennan DeCandio. 2 matches to 1 as the Glorybringer, the confiscation coup, and maybe most importantly, the Torrential Gearhulk. Gearhulk was huge there.
Absolutely fantastic there for Oliver 2. Not on the radar of Grace